Hey there, my name is Adrienne Fuller. I am a speech language pathologist, a business coach, and right now I am so excited about teaching SLPs, OTs, private practice owners how to bill insurance. So if you are new to insurance and you are like, I don't know what to put in all of these blanks. You have come to the right place. Today, we're going to talk about demystifying the HCFA 1500 form, which is basically the form that all claims are used to get paid for insurance anyway. So today we're going to go step by step and we're going to talk about what information should go in each blank. And it really doesn't matter whether you submit a paper claim, you could submit through the clearinghouse, or you have an EMR of your own. You still need to know what should go in each blank so that you're very clear on how these claims are getting paid. So, you know me, I'm going to share my screen and let's hit it, okay? So, let us pull this up. Okay, so this is that HCFA CMS 1500 form. And you're like, what is this form? That is the standard claim form used by healthcare providers to bill insurance companies for services. So whether you're billing private insurance, Medicaid, other payers, this is the form that you're going to use. So you can use this form as it is, or it's probably loaded into your EMR. So think of this form as a way of communicating all the key details about the service you provided, the who, the what, the where, the when, the why. But if this form is not filled out correctly, you guys, your claims are going to be denied or delayed. So by the end of this video, I want you to know exactly what goes where. Again, you could put it here. These are you can order them. You can find a copy and load it into your EMR, or excuse me, into like a PDF filler or Adobe and mail it off. But usually, if you're filling it out online, they've taken a lot of these like these blanks and put them just online. So that's why it's important that you know what goes on each one. So let's get started. So we can look at the top half, boxes 1 through 13, as patient insurance details. And then boxes 14 through 33, those are provider and service information. Let's go step by step. Box 1, you're going to put the kind of insurance the patient has. Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, or if it's something else, you'll just put other. Then you're going to put the insured's ID number. So look at the top half as this left side is the patient information, like who you're treating, things of that nature. And then on the right side, it's going to be the insured's IDs. And the insured is the person holding the plan. Always remember that. A lot of times I used to get really confused and mixed up. I'm like, well, it's the patient, right? Because that's who I'm treating. Whoever has the card, right? Whoever has the insurance plan. If it's mom and dad because it's their plan from work, they are the insured. If it's the child because it's like a Medicaid plan, then they are the insured. If it's a patient with a Medicare plan, that person is probably the insured. But if their husband has the plan, that husband would be the insured or the wife, whatever it works, right? All right, so insured's ID number, and then box 2, you're going to put the patient's name, and then for 3, the patient's birth date. And let me just back up to patient name. You're going to be sure that you put the last name first, okay? And then for number 4, you would put the insured's name, because remember up here, you put the ID number, the name, and then in 7, make sure box 7, you'll put the insured's address. I'm going to head back over to number 6 or number 5. That's my eyes, you guys. And that would be the patient's address. So the patient's name, address, all goes in boxes 2 and 5. Insured's name and address goes in boxes 4 and 7. And then you are going to also next put the insured's date of birth, which is um, box 11. So you put their policy number, their date of birth, and then in C here, you'd put the plan name, United, TRICARE, Sunshine State, Medi-Cal, whatever it is, right? The next thing you're going to want to pay attention to is there another health benefit plan? So if there's another payer source, you check yes. And then you'd also have to complete boxes 9, which is that other insured's name, and 9 and A and B, right? And it'll tell you, go ahead and do 9A and 9D, A and D, all right? So then the next thing we do, the next thing in our practice that we pay attention to and complete would be box number 17, the name of the referring provider. So in many, if not most or all cases, you're going to need a referring provider. And so that goes here in 17. And then 17B, you're going to need their NPI number. A lot of times lately, I've seen NPI numbers for providers right on the referral form. But if not, you can look it up at the website npilookup.com, right? And then the next thing we want to do is number 21. That's a diagnosis. That's telling the insurance company why you're doing it. What diagnosis is bringing me to complete this treatment? There are 12 spaces for diagnoses. Put as many as you can, as you'd like here, right? Anything that is on that referral form, put there. Anything that you could be evaluating for, you're gonna possibly put there. All right. And then the next thing is your number 22, the prior authorization number. 23 is the prior authorization number. Remember, it's very important that you verify that the codes that you're going to be using are going to be if they need to be authorized or not, that's where you put that number. We're going to go on down to block number 24, and that is what I did. All right, so you have you're going to put the date of service when you did it. And then the place of service, if in the home, in the office, at school, any hospital, if whatever it is, the place of service. And then C is one that I usually leave blank, but D, that is our procedures, services, or supplies. So that's going to be the CPT codes that you used, the 92507s, the 97110s, the whatever code, the 5-digit code that you're using, you're going to put there. Next, if you're putting a modifier, which is just a little bit of extra information that says what you did, when you did it, where you did it, why you did it, modifiers such as HM, modifiers such as GN. GN is a big one that we use. 9.5. Put any modifiers that you want to use, you put right there. And then in E, you're going to put the diagnosis pointer. So what diagnosis is the basis for me completing this treatment, this code? What diagnosis? And you would put the letter that corresponds with the diagnosis. So if you have an F880 diagnosis, you would put A here. You can use more than one. You can use more than 1, 2, or 3. As many as you can fit there is fine. And then another place where people often get hemmed up or confused would be charges. Whatever the rate that you charge is going to go here. Not necessarily your contracted rate, but whatever rate that you charge, and you should be charging one rate across the board, which I think that's another video coming. But yes, put that there. And then how many units? It's really important that you know whether the code that you use here is a time-based unit or is it untimed. So if it's a timed, it's going to be billed in 15-minute increments, which are called units. So if you saw a patient for 30 minutes, you would put 2 units there. But if you have an untimed code, which some codes are in our profession, 92507 is an untimed code, that would be 1 unit. But if you go back to one of our first videos, we talk about questions you should ask the insurance company when you get or approved for a plan is this code in your insurance plan, is it considered a timed or untimed code? It's super important that you ask that, you guys. H, we usually leave blank. And then for the qualifier, I put Z, Z. Z is in zebra, Z. And then the NPI number of the person that treated the patient. So every therapist, every provider should have their own NPI number. If they don't, it's a 15-minute lift, right? And that's something each person should do. And you put their provider, their NPI number here. All right. You can do that for 6 units, 6 treatments, or 6 sessions. If you're billing more than one code, go ahead and put the next code that you're billing on the next line. Same date of service, but on the next line. And you do that until it's full, or you could just put one treatment there. And then the next thing you're going to put is the federal tax ID number. So if you're using your social, you would put your social and check SSN. If you have a federal tax ID number, put that there and check EIN. Then put your patient's account number in box 26. Do you accept that assignment? You are going to put yes, because if you did the therapy, you're accepting the assignment. And then whatever charges here that you have, you're going to put the total here. Any amount paid, you'll put there. This is not, I repeat, it's not deductibles, it's not copays. This line is set aside for any third-party liability, or remember when you answered the question, are there any other plans? If that other plan has paid you money, that's where you would put that. If you haven't gotten anything, you can leave that blank. And then the signature part, you're going to put your signature there, because many times it's electronic anyway. If you're not able to sign it, type your name and then put the date. The facility location, you're going to actually put your group ID in here, your group ID, your NPI2 number, your service location here, and then you could put your taxonomy code there. Taxonomy codes are an easy lift, very easy to find. And then your billing, again, pretty much the same information. You'll put a phone number here, the group ID number, taxonomy code again, and then you'd put your billing information, name, address, things like that. I hope this information was really helpful in breaking down at least what information is needed when you are filling out your billing form. Now, the object or the whole goal is to create what we call a clean claim. That is a claim with no errors. So as you're putting this information in, it is very important that you're sure of dates of birth, spelling of name, uh, like account numbers, not even account numbers, but authorization numbers. One number off can get your claim kicked back. And that's more time that is spent not getting paid for the services you provide. And at the end of the day, we want to provide really good service, but we also want to be reimbursed for that service. And it's okay to say that. We want to be reimbursed for the amazing services that we provide. And so if you like this video, I would love it if you would share it with someone who could benefit from it. Like and subscribe, because I love putting this information out. So if there's something that you want me to address in a video or in a future, or have a question, don't hesitate to let me know. And until next time, We'll talk to you later.